God met Abraham and gave him a promise. Abraham would have as many family members as there are stars in the sky. And God said that Jesus would be born from their family. I'm sure Abraham would have told his son Isaac and his grandchildren Jacob and Esau this wonderful promise. When Isaac was old, he wanted to give Esau a blessing, but Jacob covered his arms with animal fur, so his arms would be hairy like Esau's, and his dad would be tricked to give him the blessing instead. Esau was furious with Jacob, and so Jacob ran away to his uncle Laban's land. On the way, he stopped to rest, laid his head on a rock, and went to sleep. He had a dream. God spoke to him in that dream and gave him the same promises that he had given Abraham many years before. God would be with him wherever he went. He would protect him and he would bring him back home. Jacob was welcomed by Laban as soon as he arrived. Jacob married both of Laban's daughters, which was part of the custom of that time, and God blessed them with many children, just like he had promised. Laban and his sons noticed that under Jacob's care, their goats and sheep multiplied, and because of God, they became very wealthy. Everyone could see that God was with Jacob. When God told Jacob to go back to his father and brother, Jacob was afraid. Do you think God will go with him? Yes, God had told him before and told him again, I will be with you. Along the journey, Jacob worried that his brother would kill him as soon as he saw him. That night, God came to Jacob as a man. They started to wrestle. It may seem strange to us that God would wrestle with Jacob. We all know God could easily win, but God was not fighting with Jacob. Instead, he was being loving and close and intimate. He had already said he would be with him. He had already said he would protect him and bring him back home. He had already promised to bless him. But God let Jacob wrestle away and not give up until he knew he had it. When Jacob finally met up with his brother Esau, they hugged. Wow! There was no more anger between them, just like God had said. He was with him. God had protected him, and God had brought him home. Do you know that God says these things to you too? He is with you. He will protect you, and he will bring you home to be with him in heaven forever.